Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your coach of the Atlanta Raichus here, Playmaker, and we have a team builder for the TBL finals, and we are up against the Orange City Orangurus, and they are coached by T-Shen, and his team is pretty intimidating. Like, they have Jirachi, Raikou, Cresselia, Infernape, Espeon, Zygarde 10%, Jellicent, Swellow, Grand Bull, Avalugg, and Mega Beedrill. So, right off the bat, this team is looking pretty intense, pretty intimidating. And so we have to make sure we team build really well, and hopefully it'll be enough to take down the Orange City Orangurus and give us our very first TBL championship. It's actually my very first draft league too, so it'll be a very huge accomplishment if we can get that accomplished. So we are bringing our first member here, the Gligar, and this is going to have the Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Toxic, and Roost. 244 HP, 24 defense, 236 special defense, and 4 speed. So these EVs are set for us to be able to handle any sort of hidden power ice or any sort of ice beam from the Cresselia. I was thinking that the strongest hidden power ice is going to come from the Infernape and the Raikou, and I just made sure that I would be able to take one of those. Well, we have yet to see if he's going to run Choice Scarf on these, or if he's going to run Life Orb or Choice Spec. That's one of the more dangerous things about this team, is that he has so many Pokemon that can run Choice Scarf, and I can easily get taken aback and caught off guard if I just don't anticipate which Pokemon has the Choice Scarf. And so that will be very crucial for us to win this game. Very importantly, we have to set up our hazards as soon as we can, because his team does not like hazards. He only has one Magic Bouncer in Espeon and a Rapid Spinner in Avalugg, and he doesn't really bring the Avalugg or the Espeon often, so it'll be in our best interest to get those hazards up as soon as we can. I don't see him bringing either of those just because we have answers to the Espeon all over the place, and the Avalugg also gets shut down by especially Mega Mawile and the Snorlax. So I don't see him bring that. Well, I do have other Pokemon as well that will be able to take care of those two Pokemon as well that I just haven't mentioned, but just based on what we're bringing today, I'm just telling you that we've got answers for anything that he wants to bring at us. So it's also important if we can get a Toxic off on the Cresselia. That will just whittle that thing down really fast. I mean, it's not essential that we get the Toxic off, but it would just be nice. Just would be nice. Our next member is the Alolan Ninetales, and it will be rocking the Light Clay. Snow warning. Snow warning. You see that? Snow warning. And the moves that I'll be carrying will be Freeze Dry, Moonblast, Heal Bell, Aurora Veil. Pretty much get as much HP and speed investment as possible, and then put the rest in defense, special defense, and special attack. So so we're running Timid Nature and Max Speed just because we have to outspeed the Infernape if possible. If that Infernape is not running Choice Scarf, then that will be something we can set our Aurora Veil on, but obviously it's preferred that we're able to set it up on something like a Jellicent or a Swellow or an Avalugg, a Grand Bull, a Cresselia, just one of his slower Pokemon for sure. And Swellow, I know Swellow can hit hard, but it doesn't hit as hard as an Infernape, if you know what I mean. Um, or even a Zygarde 10% is also something we can set an Aurora Veil up on. So we have the Heal Bell, just in case he wants to start toxicking things with the Cresselia, and also because we have a Snorlax that I'm about to talk about in a second, and that Snorlax will be carrying Rest, and we'll be able to heal the Rest off and give that Snorlax full HP whenever it needs. And the next Pokemon I'm going to talk about is Mimikyu. And Mimikyu will be a very different set than from what we normally run. Usually you run max speed, max attack, and whatever else goes into the like defense or whatever, HP. Uh, the thing is with this time, we are running a just about fully invested HP and fully invested attack with a plus nature in attack, so it'll be adamant nature. We're running that set just because if you're looking at his team, he doesn't have anything that is around the same speed nature. I mean, I guess he could run Jirachi uninvested, and we'd be able to outspeed that. Uh, but he usually runs some sort of offensive set with Jirachi from what I've been able to tell. I'll have to go back and look, and I might change that up just because of that. But yeah, I don't know. I might change that. I actually might change that. But for now, we're running the HP as it is and the attack as it is, so we can just get as much investment in the Mimikyu as we can. So that's that. And it'll be nice to set up on the Cresselia, but I'd actually rather set up with either the Snorlax or the Mega Mawile. The Mega Mawile is going to be our most preferred setup monster that we go to from the get-go. So the next Pokemon we're going to talk about is the Snorlax. And very similar set to what we ran last week, except we have more investment in HP this time around. This is just so we're able to tank a close combat from an Infernape if it comes down to it. And like I said, we want to get that curse up as soon as we can on something that we can set up on, either one of his special attacking monsters or his Zygarde 10% is also something we can set up on. The Jellicent is something we can set up on. Granbull also we can set up on, as well as the Avalugg. So any of those are good options to set up with our Snorlax. And with a +1 in defense and attack, we're able to tank a hit from the Infernape and then just be able to counter back with an Earthquake just to kill it. So that's always nice. And our next Pokemon is our Greninja. A little bit different of a set from what we typically run. 48 HP, 4 defense, 252 special attack, and 204 speed with a timid nature, running the Water Shuriken, Ice Beam, Spikes, and Dark Pulse. So the Water Shuriken with Life Orb does somewhere around like 83 to 93% on the Infernape. The thing is, if we can knock out the Infernape, then we have a much better chance of winning this game. Like our chances of winning this game just skyrocket if we knock out the Infernape. And so I'm really prepping hard for that Infernape, as you guys can tell, just because it does threaten the Snorlax and the Alola Ninetales and the Mega Mawile. So that's like half our team that it just threatens right off the bat. And if it's Scarf, then it also is a threat to Greninja as well. So, like I said before, we're running the spikes because his team does not like hazards at all and doesn't really have a way of getting rid of hazards. And ideally, if we find out that the Raikou is choice specs, then we can just set up spikes. He'll try to volt switch. He won't see the ground move coming. So it's also possible that he predicts me to switch out into Gligar and goes for HP Ice, and that would just be terrible on the Greninja because ground is weak to ice. And yeah, if he does do that, then we'll just fire off an Ice Beam, just get as much damage off, and then just let Greninja go down. Greninja's not that important for winning this game. Like, it's one of the more expendable Pokemons in this matchup. And so I'm okay with that. Really, I'm okay with that. Then we have the Mega Mawile. And Mega Mawile is probably one of the more crucial Pokemon in this matchup. Like, we need Mega Mawile to just show up, because this thing handles just about his whole team, aside from the Infernape. And even to the Infernape, it does like 50-something% to it. So I think we have a really good strategy. So this speed investment is to actually outspeed the uninvested Jellicent. I didn't see a point in trying to outspeed a Cresselia and risk losing bulk because of that, just because the Cresselia can't really hit the Mega Mawile with anything it has. There's nothing that the Cresselia has in its move pool that can just destroy the Mega Mawile. So we're just going to rock out with 172 HP, 252 attack, and 84 speed. And and it's really important that we get as much attack out of this thing as possible. So that's why we have the adamant nature on this thing. And yeah, guys, that is our team. And this could either be one of the easiest matches we have or one of the hardest matches we have, just depending on what he brings. And Tisha is a really great battler, and he has a lot of Pokemon that are threats. And I'm just hoping that we can pull out the win. And because I really hate repeat champions, like the Patriots, for example. I just hate how they win every single year. I mean, they didn't win last year, but you know what I mean. Like, they win just about every year when they're when one of them not facing the Giants or the Eagles. So yeah, guys, I feel pretty good about this matchup. I feel better about this matchup than I did when I was facing the the Midnight Wolves team, Suffolk Skuntanks, and I feel about the same as if I was facing the St. Louis Chargers. I don't know what it is, guys. I guess I'm just done with my nerves. Like, whenever I get nervous, my stomach just like starts like bubbling and just feels like it's clawing at me. But yeah, I think we have a pretty good strategy. Just get up hazards and force the switch. And next thing you know, that Mega Beedrill will go down. If we can get that Mega Beedrill down to like 50%, then Water Shuriken kills. I mean, Sucker Punch just kills just one shots anyway. So and Shadow Sneak, I think, will do around 50% as well, something like that. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. It's about that 15-minute mark. So with that, I'm out. This is your coach, Playmaker, signing off for the last time this season. Pieces, everyone.